I can't quite contain or explain my evil ways.
Hot here, back from summer session. We are back, and I'm back to making more fan fiction and other videos here. Today we will be doing Cipher Secret, episode 5. Back from summer session, got a few announcements. The reason I didn't do a video yesterday was because I'm working on an update video for some things I want to do. And I also now have a Wattpad account. So if you guys want to go and check out a few fan fictions I put on there, Tree Leaves, you know, my fan fiction, then you can go ahead and head on over there when we're probably done with this episode. But I'm actually, oh no, oh my god, I just turned off my TV. That's what I need to read the fan fiction. So because his wire is right below my desk. Okay, back to what we were doing. Let's get this right on started. Dipper analyzed his new body carefully. Oh, my voice might be a bit cracky because I was just watching some really sad, feely things for Gravity Falls and Steven Universe on accident. Okay. Dipper analyzed his new body carefully. He had two small dog-shaped ears on each side of his head, which were disturbingly moving at different angles. He was, apparently, half his original height in his new form, covered in dark, besqueak fur. For some unknown reason, his hair had flicked to blue, with some strands of hair blocking his view. His clothes were too small for him, and even were slipping off of his body. His shorts were a good example. Only his pine tree hat fit his head. Dipper thought that there was nothing stranger about the blue hair when he looked at his own eyes. They were yellow. He had been so occupied analyzing his body that he had forgotten his own eyes. About the eyes' color, how did that happen? Why? His confusion had become anger. He turned to face his mentor, Bill Cipher. Bill! I want an explanation. Why is my hair blue? Why are my eyes yellow? Why are my eyes yellow? Answer me! Dipper was literally barking like a dog. Bill rolled his eyes and went to try and calm down his apprentice. Yeesh, relax, kid. Having your body change a little after the transformation is normal, the Golden Wolf explained, emphasizing the word transformation. Your hair is blue because your pine tree hat may have affected it. Now, about your yellow eyes, I have no idea. Dipper's jaw could have dropped. Dipper's jaw could have dropped it. That was possible. Could have dropped if that was possible on a wolf's body. Sorry, there's a few spelling errors. What do you mean, you have no idea? You're a dream demon. You know everything, the young wolf practically yelled. No, he really yelled that. Dana was stifling her laughter, whilst Daniel was giving her a look that should have made her stop, but it just made her want to laugh more. Azaf was trying to hear the conversation better, although Dipper's yells were making it easier. The siblings' discussion was the real problem. Well, I know everything about humans and their world, but I'm not as smart about the demon realm as my smart-ass brother here. Bill then gestured to Kennesi, whose left eye was twitching in annoyance. That sounded like advice to Bill. Yet the Golden Wolf ignored the point and turned to Beatrice. They seemed to share a thought whilst exchanging glances, and they nodded to each other. The blue, almost gray, fur-covered wolf turned to the four kid-now animals. Well, I think that now that you know your animal forms, you're ready for your first mission, she explained. Dana and Daniel stopped their bickering to look at her. After discovering your animal transformations, you shall go to the forest and train with your new forms. However, that will not be a normal training like always. It's a test. Today you'll fight a strong creature that no one has ever seen before. A few images floated in front of the four apprentices, revealing something shocking. A shadow with wings and blood-red eyes was roaring, flying through the forest of Gravity Falls and attacking animals. The Black Wyvern. Oh my god! Okay. The Black Wyvern. Dipper's eyes widened. That was the creature I saw in the forest earlier! He blurted out before he could stop himself. Dipper mentally scolded himself for revealing that secret so soon, but he felt like he needed answers. It attacked me when I was walking through the forest, and then mysteriously disappeared. So it's a wyvern. Dipper thought whilst narrowing his eyes. Well, now it's time to go, said Beatrice as images faded in the grey mist. Good luck, and you cannot change your apprentice. Oh, good luck, and you cannot change your appearance until you've defeated the wyvern, as we've put a spell on you that prevents you from doing so. It won't take long until you get used to your new forms, so don't worry. Well, that is all. Again, good luck to all. And then the world around the four apprentices started to spin until they blacked out completely. What? Okay. When Dipper opened his eyes, he couldn't feel the warmth of his bed. Instead, it was replaced with the coldness of the ground underneath him. The brown wolf stood up. Okay. The brown wolf stood up and looked around. They were at a forest, but it had colors, which meant he wasn't on the multiscape anymore. Then he looked at himself. He was still in his wolf form. Beatrice had told them that they couldn't transform back until they defeated a wyvern roaming in the forest. So he started looking for it, until he remembered something. The others! He stood up, losing some of his balance until he could adjust himself to walk on 4 legs, or pause, and then looked around. I can walk on 4 legs easy. And there they were, fallen on the floor as if they were sleeping, and they were indeed. Dipper focused a little, tried to think of a bucket with cold water. He was never taught how to summon things, like Azaf and Bill, but he had to try. He focused on what he wanted, a bucket with cold water. Suddenly it appeared with the loud sound of water hitting the ground, making Dipper lose his concentration. The water fell on the other 3 apprentices turned animals, but the bucket fell specifically on Dana's face. That would have been funny if it didn't hurt. She stood up quickly and shouted in frustration, "Why am I wet? Why can't I see anything? I'm blind! Help me!" And then the fox-looking Dana, yeah, the twins are foxes, and then Azaf is a tiger, right? And then a fox-looking Dana ran around, forgetting why they were there, and that she was now a fox. In fact, Dipper was surprised that she could even run perfectly, although she had been a fox for the last 5 minutes. Then she hit a tree, which knocked the bucket off her head. Dana winced as the lighting hit her eyes and tried to adjust her sight. "I'm cured!" With this random sentence, she ran along like a maniac. Stop acting like you use drugs again," Azaf snapped, and then he turned to Dipper. "What was that for?" the kitten-looking tiger asked, narrowing it. Oh yeah, he's a kitten tiger. The kitten-looking tiger asked, narrowing his eyes as the wolf, and then the shaking of his whole body to make it less wet. This is the forest where the wyvern is, right? Gravity Falls. Azaf looked around. Dipper noticed Azaf wasn't from Oregon for sure. The boy would be able to know the town's name if he was. He did have a Canadian appearance. Dipper shook his head. It's Gravity Falls, but that was a close shot. Wait. He said Gravity Fills. Okay. It's Gravity Falls, but that was a close shot, he corrected. Azaf didn't seem to care. Daniel opened his eyes slowly and looked around. He didn't seem to mind the wet fur and his sister praying for the sky about weird and random objects. He had seen her doing that before, and it seemed to be normal. At least it seemed to be to him. Ugh, everything hurts. The orange-colored fox stretched as if he had slept on the cold floor all day, which was partly true. His most likely explanation was that they had been teleported to the forest in the middle of the night, as they could already see the sun rising in the horizon. Where are we? And what time is it? Where are we? And what time is it? Daniel started questioning the others all of a sudden.